You're good to go?
Perfect.
Sweet. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 1 or 2. I don't know what we're going to call this because
One
it's
and
a
a
part
half.
1.5. Yes, part 2 of the top 10 myths about Las Vegas and why they aren't quite true. So, welcome. This is Dayn and Rob Collect Vegas. I said it right. That's a good
Yep.
thing. But yes, this is a part 2, so we'll call it episode 1B or episode 2. It's okay. It doesn't really matter,
Yeah.
But we definitely talked about a couple of them already in the last episode. Now we're gonna go and do a little deep dive on the last 5 that we have. Dane, how are you doing? Before we start, how are you doing? How's everything over there?
It's okay. It's muggy here today. I don't know if it's for you guys, but for us it's 46 degrees with humidity.
Whoa,
So when you go
46.
outside, yeah, when you go outside it feels like you're swimming. It's
Oh wow.
disgusting. Yeah.
What's 40 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? Because I'm really bad at that. It's 104.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Nice,
humidity
nice,
though,
nice.
so it's really
So
just
it's
gross and
so it's
sticky.
probably like 114 really in feel
Uh,
in other words.
all I know is that I'm inside right now. That's all
Let's just
that
hope
matters to me.
let's just hope that air conditioner doesn't go out, huh?
Well, it's off right now, or it would be in the podcast. So I got this right here.
Oh, okay. So you got a little fan. Okay, I see. I see. Well, we are at in 93 degrees, which is a little bit better than you, but our humidity is like at 90%, so it's pretty high as well. So it's probably about a 106, 107, probably the way it feels. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. But let's go ahead and get started with these last 5 myths. So the first one, locals live in casinos or hotels. This is hilarious. If someone actually does believe that. So what do you think? Is that a myth?
Well, I think it's known to be a myth now because it's kind of far fetched. You could if you had lots of money,
Yeah. Yeah.
or if you worked there and you wanted to sleep your shifts or something. But yeah, there's so much more to Vegas that's surrounding the whole entire strip and
Yeah.
the more popular spots. But if you zoom out on your maps, you'll see that there's more than just than
Yeah.
just that. So it's and actually this is my first time when we went where I
Hmm.
got to meet one of my friends that's a local,
Uh-huh.
and he drove me around some of the parts that I've never got to see, like
Okay.
way off strip.
Okay.
And most of the homes were absolutely beautiful
Yeah.
with cactus gardens, and it's just it's unbelievable. Beautiful fencing,
Yeah.
unbelievable backyards. People have their and we don't do this here, excuse me, but and I
Yeah.
found it really funny is that people have their lawn chairs on the roof if they have a flat roof, and they're like outside tanning and having a good time.
That's their
So yeah, we
balcony,
don't do
right?
that, but yeah, us Canadians are a little bit too I don't know, maybe we drink too much or something, but we're not
It-
allowed to have our chairs on the
you
roof.
guys are a liability if you've been drinking and going up in the roof, huh?
Of course, yeah.
Well, it sounds like here in Texas too. I don't think we would be able to do that. The heat would probably kill us if anything. But yeah, I've seen that. I have a couple friends of mine that live in Las Vegas and the beautiful homes.
Mhm.
But it's very interesting that this is an actual myth. When I read it, I was like what who would ever think that someone would live in a casino? But then I guess I can kind of understand it because people back in the day like Elvis and even who was the guy, I forget his name. He's basically the reason why there's a strip. He used to be Oh my God, I can't believe I'm
Howard Hughes.
Howard Hughes. There you go. I'm through a
Mm,
blank.
that's okay.
He used to live in a casino in his casinos,
Yeah.
but I guess maybe that's where I can kind of think that they get this myth,
But
but
like I said, you got to be super rich or own the place to live
or
in the,
somebody
or
very
like a
important.
performance. Like, I don't know, I might sound really stupid here, but I know that Carrot Top is a resident at Luxor for a long
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
And I'm almost positive he has like a bedroom or something there. I don't know.
I, you see, that's another thing of myth of mine that I have. I feel like the artists that have like a, X amount of time of 2, 3 months residency in Vegas, they probably have like a designated room in the
Penthouse
hotel
or something. Yeah. Oh, for
just
sure.
so they can have, some be able to be accessible if they're going to be,
Yeah.
doing like 5 straight days of concerts or something like that,
Mhm.
um, I could see that, but other than that, I mean, I don't think an average Joe would actually live in a casino room or whatnot.
I
You
would.
know, I
Don't get me wrong. I would,
I
but I just don't make that kind of money yet.
Oh no, no, no. Maybe they do a challenge for us where we can have to stay in a casino for a whole year and not
If Mr.
leave.
Beast wants to do that, I will
Yeah,
sign up
yeah.
100%.
Me
It kind of
too.
reminds me a little bit of for us. I saw this talk show,
Hmm.
and this guy was walking around New York City talking about Canada.
Okay.
And a lot of the people actually thought that we lived in igloos, and our Parliament building is made of ice, and we just drink coffee, and I don't know, but that's not true, obviously.
Ignorance is bliss, man. Ignorance is
Well,
bliss.
it's just funny that there's actual people out there that think weird stuff. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and I guess that's where the myth comes because maybe a lot of the people really do think that there's actual people, and thinking about it as I speak, it reminds me of the timeshare thing that I said last time.
Hmm.
When people say, "Oh, would you like to have prime real estate in Las Vegas?" Maybe that's also part of this myth. People might think, "Oh my God, I actually can own and live in the strip." Like, I'm guessing
Hmm.
that might be it. Maybe who knows? Who knows? But
Yeah.
let's go to the next one. Let's move on to this weird one. I gotta admit it. That's probably one of the most weirdest ones that out of the five that we're gonna talk about today. This one's a little weird. Not weird, but yeah, it's kind of funny, I guess. Myth number four out of the top 10 in no particular order. By the way, I don't know why I put it as number four. It's always hot in Las Vegas, which it is for the
Hmm.
most part, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not all at the same time. So, what do you think?
I think that I've seen videos of it snowing there, so
Hmm.
that kind of
Hmm.
defeats the hot all the time because it has to be a little bit chilly for
Yeah.
the snow to drop. And I've seen pictures of people on the strip and on Fremont actually making snowmen and
Hmm.
snowball fights. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
and if you've ever stayed in Vegas, even on a really hot summer day at nighttime, it cools down because of
Yeah.
a nice breeze. You're surrounded by cold sand.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you're just, there. Well, and also you're everywhere is a shadow
Yeah.
once the sun goes down. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely beautiful weather. I
Yeah.
give it that
Yeah.
all year round,
Hmm.
but is not tropical weather every day. That's not true.
Well, I have a little story about that because one year, I think it was in February, maybe late January when I went to Vegas. It had snowed in Vegas, and
Mhm.
we were staying actually at Excalibur, but when we got there, there was a whole line of people, a big line of people, and I was really upset. I was like, man, like, why is there so many people registering? Like, what's going on? In
Mhm.
February, late January, February, not a lot is happening, in Vegas as far as like pay-per-view events or something like that. And so they had a special lane for people that were coming from the Luxor. So what happened is with all this snow that came in, some of the rooms in the Luxor were getting water inside on the pyramid.
Oh wow.
Water was leaking, and so they had to transfer all those people to Excalibur.
Wow.
And so luckily I didn't have to wait for that. And the reason why I'm saying this story is because it's very clear with that story. It's cold. It was cold, cold, cold. It didn't snow in the strip, but I remember waking up the next morning and looking at the mountains. Everything was all white.
Oh, that'd be really
Beautiful.
neat to see, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I might have a picture still somewhere on that. If I do, I'll post it. But
Yeah.
it's definitely, I think, for the most part, after October, because if I'm not mistaken, after a certain date in October, that's when most pools close for the
Hmm.
summer.
Well,
And
that's
then,
another thing too. Sorry to interrupt, but a
yeah,
lot of people think that it's just pool party all year round. The
no,
pools
it's not.
actually do close.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. Only the indoor ones or stuff or the heated ones, I think they
Yeah.
keep them open.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not a lot of heated pools or indoor pools for that in Vegas. So somewhere around mid-October all the way to what, March, something like that. For the most part, that's the cold time for Vegas. And it's crazy because I've gone when it's extremely hot and I've gone when it's extremely cold. And
Mhm.
when it's cold, it's cold, it's windy, and the sun still comes out and it's a beautiful Vegas day, but it's still cold. It could be
Mhm.
like in the 50s on midday. But the
Yeah.
crazy thing about the weather in Vegas is just like you said, the sun goes down and oh boy, it is cold. You can
Mhm.
feel the wind like burning your face of
Yeah.
how cold it is. So you definitely get two seasons at least. I feel like it's kind of like in Texas. We have
Yeah.
hot, 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 and hotter, you know. But yeah, it's a big time myth. It's not always hot, I like to go when it's hot.
Same.
But
Yeah.
some people actually love going, in the fall, winter time, when it's nice and you don't have to be worried of the heat, I guess. But no, it's not scorching hot all year long.
Myth busted.
Big time, big time, big time. Um, I think the best time to go to Vegas if you kind of wanted that warm but not cold at the same time is probably around March. I feel like March, April,
Mhm.
May. It's beautiful. It's not super hot. It's warm but not super hot. And then in the afternoons, it's nice and chill, nice mild weather. So
And there's
I
also flash floods too
oh yeah, yeah,
around
yeah.
that time. That's like the spring, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
one
And
minute you could be tanning, and the next minute there's a wave coming.
a wave of rain or whatnot. But and that's a cool thing that you mentioned because I saw this documentary. I'm pretty sure it was from the Discovery Channel or somewhere where they talk about the underground tunnels that they have and the
Yeah.
reason why they made those tunnels so huge. Like they basically look like those tunnels that you find in New York that go underwater. They're
Yeah.
huge. And of course, a lot of the homeless community live under those tunnels as well. But the whole point of those tunnels was because since it's a valley, and when it rains, all that water comes down from the mountains,
Hmm.
plus the water that they get directly. And Vegas would be a second part of Lake Mead, basically, if they didn't have these systems. Which
Yeah.
funny thing we've seen lately how it got flooded a couple times this past year, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
And yeah, so definitely there's definitely more than just one hot season. It's the most popular one I feel for most people,
Yeah.
but it's definitely there is this the cold weather, the mild weather, the very hot weather and everything in between, right? So I think that one's a very easy one that we can bust for sure. The next one is gonna be you can drink for free everywhere.
Let's go right now.
Let's go. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
um, well, my opinion is obviously I disagree. I
Hmm.
disagree with that anywhere in the world because cash is king and people need it to survive. So
Yeah.
there are places where you can drink for free if you're giving money in different ways.
Yeah.
So if you're gambling on the slots and
Hmm.
you're in there, you're playing, you're obviously spending money.
Hmm.
A server walks by, you can call her over, ask for a drink, and even at that point too, when she comes by, the drink may be free, but you're still got to give her $1 or two as a tip.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Another thing too is where did, when we were sitting at South Point. What
Yeah.
game were we playing? The
What?
poker, the little
Oh
poker.
yeah, yeah, at the bar.
Yeah, the bar. They have the little like poker
Oh
screens.
yeah, the little screens that you can
Yeah,
play at. Yeah,
and they give you a free beer if you're playing the video poker. I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
why that was so hard to get out, but yeah. So if you're playing video poker at the bar, they'll give you, you just got a tip at the end and stuff. But for the free drinks, it's like there's lots of comps and stuff all over the
yeah.
place, but you don't just walk up somewhere and it's free. You got to be given to get somehow, some way.
Yeah, yeah, and usually the waitresses, if you tip the waitress, they will make sure and come back and
Yeah,
and remember you and say, "Hey, you want another drink?" Because they I don't know how much they get paid. I don't know that part if they get paid a
it's
certain
probably an hourly thing with
yeah, no,
tips, right?
yeah, I'm guessing. Because here in Texas, one thing about waitresses and waiters in Texas is that they get paid like $3 an
Oh
hour,
wow,
and their tips are considered part of their wage. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how it is over there in Nevada, but if you scratch her back, she's gonna scratch yours, right? And not right now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm gonna kind of veer off of the whole myth thing. I I stopped myself in saying her back, but I've never seen a male waiter in the strip in any
no, but I
casino.
have seen a male bartender.
Yeah, that yeah, yeah.
But you know what? Actually, the weird thing is that like, and obviously not sexist. I don't care who's serving me
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But every time we went to a bar, it was
Mm-hmm.
a gentleman,
Mm-hmm.
and every time I was served on the floor or something, it was a female. But we actually made a lot of friends that were bartenders, which is I don't know. That's another story. Or look
Yeah,
at the
I
old
just thought
stories, but
about it right now, but sorry that I'm going on a tangent, but it's funny. I just thought about it. It's like, man, I've been going to Vegas for quite a while, and I don't think I've ever seen a male waiter in the casino floor. So
yeah.
there has to be a reason why that happens,
I think
I'm
it
pretty
just goes
sure.
back to that old school feeling, like when you go to
Yeah,
Binion's, like Binion's is famous for keeping the original servers from back in the day.
yeah,
They're like in their 70s and they're still, it's slinging cocktails and stuff, and they got their big hair.
yeah, yeah,
They're like 4 feet tall. It's really cute. And it's great that they still give them the opportunity to be a part of the company. And you don't have to be some supermodel to serve. You just need
yeah.
to be good at serving, right?
AKA Fountain Blue.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying. But
yeah.
yeah, going back to the whole drinking thing. So yeah, you give your waitress a little bit of money, and they return back by coming back. I know for me, one of the best places I used to go if I knew I wanted to have a couple extra drinks and not pay an arm and a leg. There was this slot machine that was at the Mirage with RIP,
Mm,
that was right next to the service door where they would come out. Like it was literally you could see it. And this machine, it was one of those reel machines that had real actual reels instead of the
mm.
digital ones. And you would bet like maybe 5 cents a spin. So you weren't really gambling much. You
No.
put 20 bucks there. One time I put 20 bucks and I left there 3 hours later drunk, you know, and I made like maybe 10 bucks on top of the 20 that I had put. So I actually
Oh
came out
wow.
on top for a little bit. And the I would just order a beer and give them a dollar or a chip, whatever I had, and then they would come back because would have to pass by there, like to go
Yeah,
back to get the drinks and come
yeah.
back. And so that was my go-to for years, man. For years, I would do that. Like people, most of my friends would be like, "Oh, you know what? I'm going to my room. I'm gonna relax, or I'm gonna go see a show. I'm gonna go have dinner." I'd be like, "I'm gonna be right here for the next 2, 3 hours. If you guys know where I'm at," and I would do that all the time. And I
Yeah.
think, I think I must have been like the one time I stayed there for 3 hours, made 10 bucks. Maybe I gave 20 $20 in tips, but a beer in Vegas, like everyone knows, that the most cheapest beer you'll find in Vegas is probably like $7, and that's probably because it's the most low grade beer to put it at best.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can definitely drink like that. But one thing I have noticed is that there's not a lot of waitresses um, on the floor anymore. There's less
Hmm.
than there was before. So it is much harder, which kind of goes with the myth that you can drink everywhere for free. Not so much anymore. But one tip I guess I'll give the viewers is, and I think I told you guys this when we were at the Cortez, when you do get a waitress, you can actually ask for a beer and a shot,
Hmm.
and they'll hold the beer. You take your shot, and then they'll give you the second drink. They can't give you two drinks. I guess it's a Nevada rule or whatever, but
Yeah,
you can order two drinks, and they'll hold it off for you, and give her an extra dollar, I guess, for being nice and courteous.
of
But
course. Yeah.
that's probably the easiest way to get it drunk. You get a
I
tequila
have an
shot and a
idea.
beer.
I have
Yeah.
an idea.
Okay.
So you go to, for my case, you go to Flamingo,
Okay.
sign up for a Caesar's reward card.
Okay.
You take it to the reward station, and you get
Uh-huh.
to pick your reward.
Okay.
Pick the free $10 slot. Uh, I guess wait like thing that you can get.
Uh-huh.
So then you take your card to a machine,
Uh-huh.
and you have free $10. And
Uh-huh.
then you just take it out with the slot card, and then you have free
Hmm.
$10. That's a free beer.
Well, I might have to break that myth. And I don't know if it's the same because with MGM you can do that, but they don't deposit the money immediately. And it might be different with Caesar's Rewards. So an
Yeah,
MGM Rewards, when you get free play, basically that's what it is.
yeah.
Let's say you got to put money in to be able to use a free play. So you put it, let's say you got $10. We'll use that example. On free play, you put like, let's say $10. You put a $10 bill and you're betting $1.50 max bet on a machine. So every
Okay.
time you hit 150, you gamble that 150, but then it just deducts 150 from the $10 free play. It doesn't put it all
See,
at the same time.
for the Caesar's reward,
Okay.
Ricky sat down, and then when she put in her card, you have to
Okay.
put in your password and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And $10 just popped up, and it was just free $10.
Oh, okay. Then we
Yeah.
need to go play at Caesar's Rewards. That's what I'm
This is
hearing.
where
Yeah.
I don't know is that we gambled it. We didn't
Yeah.
take it out. So I don't know if you can just immediately put it in the machine and take it out.
Well, I mean, if it all appears, so let's say, for example, if you already had $10 on your machine
Yeah.
as credit, and it
Like
shows
cash
up as
out.
20, then yeah, you
Yeah.
can cash out. And that's what MGM is got. I guess they got smarter. Maybe that's what people would do because yeah, with MGM and at the MGM resorts, um, it only starts giving you the exact money back for what you are gambling. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so
Well, if my system works, that's a free beer and a tip.
yeah, yeah. So what I'm hearing is that in October when I go, and hopefully you can make it for my
Yeah.
bachelor party, we're going to be playing a lot in the Flamingo. That's what I hear.
Well, it's either that or just any Caesar's property, I guess, because
Yeah, yeah,
I never had a
probably.
Caesar's rewards card, and when I signed up, I picked the high roller 2 tickets for free,
Yeah.
and then Ricky got the $10 slot because she
Mm,
was addicted
yeah,
throughout
of
that whole
course.
trip.
Of course. Yeah, the
She was
Buffaloes.
chasing buffaloes the whole time, so yeah. So she just gambled her $10 away, but I was curious to see if you could just get it out cash, but yeah,
It sounds like you can
yeah,
in at least in the Flamingo for sure. But
yeah,
that's good to know because yeah,
yeah.
I've had my plethora of free play money and they don't put it all in
That's
at the
crazy.
MGM. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
interesting. Let's go to the next one. We have two more.
yep.
This myth says the Strip is all there is to Las Vegas.
Mhm.
What do you think?
I think if you leave the strip, you
Hmm.
fall off a cliff
Hmm.
that
Like it's
leads you
like
to
the world is
eternity,
flat, right?
and
Yeah,
then that's it. Yeah.
yeah,
So, no, of course, the strip is obviously one of the main attractions.
yeah,
It's stunning. It's beautiful. It's what most people, when they hear Vegas, they see and visualize.
yeah.
But if you keep walking north, you're gonna eventually hit Fremont Street, which is
Mm,
also just as important, if not more.
yeah.
Uh, Pretty much where it all started.
What's the Mecca? It's the Mecca of
Yeah, you're
Vegas,
getting
you
an
know?
old version of Vegas that's still around.
Yeah.
From Plaza all the way across down to El Cortez, and if you keep going past that, there's a bunch of old motels that are either, you know, decrepit and falling apart, or slowly trying to, bring the life back.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of off-strip casinos, like the Rio, for instance.
Yeah.
Westgate,
I
that's
love
off
that
the
place.
strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, massive history of Elvis,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
And then if you just keep going, ask a local. Like, look, there's so it's actually a city. There's people where people live. They go to Home Depot and Home Hardware and
Yeah.
Costco and Walmart. Like, it's a place of living at the same time.
Yeah.
So when you're gambling and you're having your sweet treat down at the strip, there's people that are working normal jobs just a couple miles away,
Yeah.
taking their kids out for a stroller ride, and it's just a normal place to live for a lot of people. So yeah, there's definitely more than just the strip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and without getting to the history or whatnot, because I think the first one we'll talk about it more through the last myth. There's definitely more to Vegas, and me being a runner, I run. That's one of my favorite things to do. I don't run from the cops. I actually run just because I enjoy it.
That's
Um,
good.
there's so many outdoorsy stuff to do in Vegas.
Oh,
Like
so much.
there's Lake Mead. They have beautiful trails by Lake Mead, which I've done.
You can go jet skiing.
You can go jet skiing. You can go dune bugging, which is something I'm planning to do for my bachelor party. I
That'd
did
be
it
a
for
lot of fun.
one. I did it for one bachelor party when I went for someone else.
My friend Rob on the Run Productions. My good friend Rob Garcia, who many of y'all probably know by his own podcast, Rob on the Run, is the technical wizard behind Today in Running history. So all the visuals you see on YouTube, plus the intro and outro music, deleting all of my errors that I make, and I make a lot of them, and then saving those for everyone's favorite blooper reels at the end of the episode. That is all thanks to Rob. And if any of y'all are looking to get into the world of podcasting or YouTubing and you need some help on the production side of things, I cannot recommend Rob's services highly enough. You can reach out to him by emailing robontherunpodcast@gmail.com.
Someone else, and it's the best fun ever.
Oh,
They
I bet.
take you to the sand dunes, real close to the speedway where they actually let you drive exotic cars.
Yep.
So it's on that side. There's that. There's the Red Rocks park. Um, there's so many things that are
Mhm.
actually completely out of the strip, but accessible if you have a car or you take an Uber. Hoover Dam is such a cool place.
Mhm.
And a 45-minute drive, more or less, takes you to the south rim of the Grand Canyon, which I've done. And it's beautiful, stunning the
Yeah.
way what it is, you know. So there's a Nielsen, Nevada, which used to be a ghost town, and they filmed a whole bunch of cool movies there. I've been there
Yeah.
several times because I love it so much. I need to do their mining tour. They actually do a
Yeah,
mining
that
tour.
does look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, I
Seen
want
a
to
lot
do
of cool
that.
documentaries on that place.
That might be a cool thing to do for October. I'm gonna make sure and put that on the list too.
Yeah.
So there's so many things. You can shoot guns if you want to. I went to a shooting range also when I was
Yep.
over there. I was scared out of my life because at that point I had never shot a gun in my life. So
Well, that's the place to do it.
right, and they got this. I think if I'm not mistaken, is this huge gun. I think it's a saw. I think they call it saw.
Can
It's
you hold it
huge.
with two hands?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I shot that, man. I
Oh,
shot
really?
that. Yeah,
Those shells are like this big too. They're
yeah.
massive.
And they tell you, the lady tells you, when you shoot, don't hold the trigger because eventually it's so hard, it'll just start shooting up in the ceiling. So you
Oh,
have to be
wow.
careful. So she tells you spurs, shoot it with like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or something like
Yeah.
that. But of course, you want to be like Tony Montana or something like that and just want to go crazy. But yeah, there's so many things in Vegas. And like I said, I
Yeah.
really don't want to get into the history or the of Vegas because I think that's going to be for the next myth. But uh again, there's so many things. There's shows, there's food, there's every single style of food you can go eat. If you're a big foodie, you can do that. Depending on
Well, think
go
of
ahead.
it this way too: is the
Yeah,
the conventions.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Like that was actually one of the main reasons why we went, and it was we got in our car and just headed right out of the strip, right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's way too much to do. Whatever you can do at your home, wherever you live, you could
Hmm.
probably do it there, but in better weather.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. And one of my favorite conventions that comes in October, I think, it's a pizza convention.
What?
So yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And basically, you go into the convention center, and there's all these different pizzerias from all the United States. You can try different types of pizzas, different toppings, different things that you never thought about, Dane. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
super
cool.
cool. I've never done it. I wanted to go in 2020, but then of course COVID really messed that up, and ever since I've not been able to make it. So I'm definitely gonna have to figure it out and
For
make it
sure.
to one of them. Maybe you can come and join me, since I know you and Ricky love pizza just as much as I do.
Oh, I'll
So
eat pizza for sure.
oh my
And
God, I
speaking
love
of
pizza.
pizza, Evil Pie, you should sponsor us.
We're gonna continue the
It's
campaign.
about time.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? As of today, on episode 1.5, we're gonna start a campaign to try to get Evil Pie to come on the podcast as well. Maybe we can
Yeah,
get the owner of Evil Pie to come on the podcast and tell us about the history, the rich history of Evil Pies, right?
yeah. Why do you like Evil Knievel so much? And what's the combination with pizza? And how did you get on Fremont Street? There's
Mm-hmm.
a lot to talk about. And I enjoyed myself so much there. And
Yeah.
I have an egg allergy, and they don't do any eggs in their food. So
Okay.
I felt extremely comfortable. And for, being so far away from home and, having a food allergy is so
Yeah.
stressful sometimes.
Oh
So
yeah.
they accommodated me so much. So I'm pro uh, Evil Pie to the day I die.
Well, I thank you for finally letting me try it, because I've seen it, but I never had tried it.
Mhm.
And man, those pizzas were amazing. So I am all for getting sponsored by Evil Pie,
Yeah.
and even better, just come to the podcast, tell us talk to us about your story, and we want to know why Evil Pie. What's the correlation between pizzas and Evil Knievel? Because I'm guessing he liked pizzas. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
think
know,
so. Has to
who
be.
knows? Who knows? But let's go to the last one, Dane.
Okay.
The last one is Las Vegas is only for gambling, which, you know what? It's so true. I'm a degenerate gambler. I've been doing it forever, and I don't care about food. I don't care about tradition. I don't care about culture. I don't even care about the 50s, 30s, 20s, Vegas,
No,
whatever. It's all about me making money. That's it. You know?
it's
Just
like a
kidding.
second job.
It's like a second job. Hopefully the government doesn't hear this and starts asking me to put a W-2 on that. But no, it's not gambling all the way. Although it's probably the reason why Vegas is Vegas, right? But no, it's not gambling. And I'll let you take over, and because you're the historian, the senior historian in this podcast.
Well,
So
this one's going to be off the top of my head
uh,
because there's just so much to really tap into. But I'll start with, gambling is fun, right? It's
very.
your race. You're trying to catch the $1 million, and you're catching. What I'm trying to explain it properly. It's hard. It's the chase, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got the adrenaline. Your heart's beating. You got 7-7. You need one more. So you keep going. Sometimes for some people they're playing the ATM more than they're playing the slots, but
Yeah.
that's someone else's problem. But the games are fun. It's interactive. You feel like a little mob boss sometimes when you go
Mm-hmm.
down there and you have a little collar on, and
Mm-hmm.
you're doing your gambling and ask for a nice drink. And gambling is fun. Okay,
Yeah.
if you lose, you're mad at the time, but guess what? You're gonna like it after.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
But there's, like we talked about, there's too much to do, right? There's
Yeah.
too much
Yeah.
going on. Like you can be going there for a concert only, and you
Yeah.
don't want to spend your money on the casino because you want to spend your money on a T-shirt at the concert.
Yeah.
There's shows, magic.
Yeah.
There's the thrill, like shooting guns and going into the desert with dune buggies, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much of the activities like hikes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with a casino.
Yeah.
You could be going just to relax.
Mhm.
There's some of the big resorts, you just want to sit there and just chill.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is that there's so many different puzzle pieces to Vegas, and you can even do the history thing. Like for us, we could have went to the casino and hotel collectible show, and we're buying the collectibles, but we don't have to go and gamble, right?
Mm-hmm.
But technically, it's kind of, if it wasn't for gambling, we wouldn't have the collectibles. But
Yeah.
we'll get far into that. But yeah, there's absolutely too much to do, right?
Yeah.
It's there's way more to do than gambling. And it kind of started off, not being gambling. It started off with trying to get the Hoover Dam to be built, right?
Yeah.
And where did they want those guys to spend their money every week? Well, they wanted them to be spending it on booze, the old slot machines and the old tables.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of a way to like make a little town to take their money from building the Hoover Dam way back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. It's so much history, many cool things to do. Another thing that I would like to add of things you can do. Um, like I said, I'm a runner, and in February they have the Rock and Roll Marathon, the half
Oh,
marathon,
cool.
sorry, and it literally starts right in front of Planet Hollywood, or a little bit
Oh,
past
wow.
Planet Hollywood, goes all the way to Mandalay Bay, turns around, goes back on the strip all the way to Fremont, and then it comes back on the strip and finishes at Caesar. So you're running on the strip and you're
Oh,
running
wow.
in at night. It starts like at 6 p.m. By the time you finish, it's already pitch black and all the lights, and you're literally running on the strip on the street and with all the marquee lights and everything on you. So it's,
Oh, wow.
there you go. There's another thing that
Yeah.
most runners, because I'll tell you, I can't say all runners, but most runners are not, they're not gamblers. I'm a different breed, but most go to run, they go and eat, they do all these things, but they don't really gamble.
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you that there's so many things, so many cool things you can go do, So definitely, it's not a completely gambling town. Of course, that's probably the biggest thing because again, with Vegas without gambling would not be Vegas, right? So
No.
definitely, it is a big percentage. But there's so many cool things. You can start a scavenger hunt before you even go. Make a list of things that you want to see that are maybe not visible for anybody that doesn't know, but you can kind of find them, like
Mhm.
what we did this past time we went. So
Yep.
there's definitely a lot of cool things to do. There's a lot of cool historic things that you can see that are most of them are free. You don't even have to pay anything to be able to see them.
Oh, for sure.
And if you want to pay a little extra, definitely there's the mob museum that you can go in there, and there's other places that will give you some good Vegas history. By the way, no, they're not paying me to say this, but there's a really cool show at Planet Hollywood called the Vegas Show. It's a musical, but they tell you how Vegas started all the
That's
way
cool.
to today. I saw it a couple years ago. Best show ever, super cheap. It was very, very cheap to go.
Nice.
And they literally tell you, how it started in a musical way and very well made. So if you guys want to know a little bit more history about Vegas, go to Planet Hollywood. They have that show called The Vegas Show. And for every single person that goes, I get a little cut of it. Not Dane gets nothing. He didn't even know about this. Not just kidding. But it's fun. And I had to mention that because we're talking about history and stories and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
no, for sure.
it's such a cool show. And hopefully maybe next time when you go, Dane, you and Ricky, if you both of y'all come, y'all can go to that show. It's one of the best that I've seen. It's not a Circus Soleil flashy
Yeah.
kind of show,
Yeah.
but it really, really again explains the story of Vegas and
In a
whatnot
cool way too,
in
which
a
is kind
really
of neat,
cool way.
right?
Yeah,
That's fun.
yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
Something else too, the Neon Museum,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause, like I think it's cheap. It's about $30 a person to go
Mm-hmm.
in,
Mm-hmm.
and you're seeing like history thrown at you, like so beautiful, so
Yeah.
well put together. The tours are great too because they explain like where it was, what's there now,
Yeah.
and then there's not even a slot machine in sight. And
Nope.
you're getting so much fun. What just opened up a couple years ago, pretty
Yeah.
recent, is the Punk Rock Museum.
Oh yeah, and the pinball museum too.
So many good museums, yeah. So you
Yeah.
can have a lot of fun. You can go around and you know what, like you can spend a whole week just doing outside strip activities
Mm-hmm.
and not even touch foot on the strip.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can have a blast. Things that you never even thought were there. You actually, I bet you can have an unbelievable time not going to Fremont or the strip.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Yeah,
There's so
it's
many
crazy
things
how
that
it
you
works.
can do.
But
There's so much things that you can do. If you're an outdoors kind of person, or just a adventurer, there's so many cool things you can do. So definitely, I think we busted most of these myths. I feel they were self-bustable.
yeah,
But it's great that we had a little bit of some of the most common things, I guess, that I found online that are, what maybe the first timer that's thinking to go to Vegas and they're on the fence because of these reasons. I feel that more than
well,
anything,
I think it's going to lead into more of our content where
Mhm.
we're trying to explain to people that it is more than nightclubs and gambling.
Yeah.
There is a rich history. There's a fun history. And there's so much stuff that branches off of everything that you think you know about Vegas,
Yeah.
because I sleep, eat, and breathe Vegas, and every day I'm learning a new restaurant, a new history fact, a new speakeasy pops up that I
Oh my
probably
God, yeah.
walked by 1,000 times.
Yes.
It's constant. It's forever. We could be doing this podcast till we're 90 and still have things that are new. But it's nice for people to understand that, all these little generic things that people, think about Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's get that out of the way. It's
Yeah.
all myths. It's all silly.
Yeah.
And well, we taught you that. We taught you your ABCs of Vegas, and now it's time to get into some other fun stuff.
I like that. I like that. We were. I think there was a show where this guy used to myth bust things. I forget the name of it, but I feel like we're the myth busters of Vegas. So
Yeah.
we'll take that as a as our own self-proclaimed title now. We're the kings of myth busting Vegas. But yeah, it's I had fun doing this. I think I'm glad we did it in two parts. I think there's more than 10, I'll be honest. I don't think these 10 are the only ones, but I think these kind of sounded the most common ones. And I think I want to take it more also that we're kind of how should I say it? Like we're trying to help that one person that has seen friends go to Vegas and they're kind of on the fence if it's something that they would love to do. I definitely encourage anybody, if you love history, if you're a history buff, if you like learning the history of Vegas, or if you are a foodie, definitely Vegas is one of the places to go.
Yep.
Or like you want to find some adventures and be able to stay in Vegas and be able to have that experience, Vegas experience, but maybe go out and adventure outside.
I encourage everyone to explore. Be safe, know
Yeah.
your surroundings, but explore.
No, yeah,
And then
yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
too, another big thing is now that we got these out of the way, I think the next myths segment that we do later on
Yeah.
will be a little bit more advanced for the advanced folks. And I got a couple cool ones up my sleeve that we can talk about later on.
For sure, for sure. And before we leave, Dane, I wanted to we're gonna get a little serious here. Dane doesn't know what I'm about to talk about, so this is completely off the cusp. Looking at our analytics, I noticed that 49% of our viewers are not subscribed to us. So please, 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 it doesn't take much. It doesn't cost you guys anything to hit that subscribe button. Maybe it will cost you a little bit if you put the notification, because you'll be getting notifications when we put new content. And maybe you don't like that. You don't have to do it, but we appreciate it if you do. But yeah, I'm looking at it, and 49.7% of the people that watch our content are not subscribers, which is good. It's good because that means we're getting new people. But at the same time, just hit that subscribe button, people. I don't want to send Bugsy Siegel's great grandson to, do something to you. I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that, But I will. I will if I have to.
Yeah, and I'm sure that we can have Oscar Goodman on our side too. So you guys better subscribe.
Oh, we got the best lawyer. We got the
Yeah,
best
we do
lawyer.
have we have the best lawyer. We're
No,
gonna have
but
to talk to Aquarius about this before we post it.
no. Another thing. Please, Aquarius, JJ, please let me and Dane be part of one of those dinner series. I would love to sit down and listen to Oscar Goodman talk about his stories at the Oscar Steakhouse. I've been listening to the podcast nonstop, and I absolutely love Oscar Goodman when he starts talking about, these stories about the people he defended and how he was against the government. It is so cool. And I absolutely love it when he catches someone talking while he's talking, because that's the only rule. That's the only rule they put,
Yeah.
that you cannot talk while he's talking. So please, whoever we need to make this happen, Aquarius, Gatsby, please. That would be awesome if you guys can get us. I'm going to Vegas for my bachelor party, so please, I beg you, let me go in. Don't.
We want to promise too that this time in the round room we'll wear a suit
We'll wear a suit
and not board shorts and a.
I mean, I might wear a tuxedo T-shirt. I might,
That's
but
you
with
you
slacks.
can get away with that kind of stuff.
I'll wear slacks. I'll wear slacks and nice shoes. No, I'll wear a suit. I wore a suit to go see Justin Timberlake in Vegas.
Okay. So for Oscar, we got to wear a suit.
We gotta wear a suit.
How about
So,
that? You let
yes.
us come. We promise we'll look good.
We'll look great for sure. For sure. I'll even wear a tuxedo if I have to. I don't care.
But I can't promise I'm not going to be stealing pens and matchbooks and napkins. So
Oh, that's a
nail
given.
everything down before we get there.
That's one thing about Dane, guys, that I've noticed. I first met Dane this past June, and he is laser focused when you go into a place. He's looking, he's looking. His
Trying to
radar
rip things
turns
off
on.
walls.
Yeah, he's definitely a true collector. And I think that's why me and this guy have gone along very well, because I love collecting everything. Which, funny thing, today before the recording, I got a nice little addition to my matchbook.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Unbelievable print on that. I love it.
yeah, and it's fully
Oh,
matched.
full and blue. Cool.
Mhm. So I just got
That's nice.
this, like, right when you told me that you were ready to go record. The mail got there, and I was like, yes.
Cool.
I didn't have this one, so there you go, a new one. This
Nice.
one will probably be on our matchbook Mondays.
Yeah, we'll feature it next because that one's I've never seen the matches in it. I have that one, but no matches in it. It's just the cover.
Okay.
That's cool.
That will be another segment. I'm going to continue to try to find a matchbook that you don't have, which
Ooh,
is going to
that's
be
hard.
very hard.
I can tell you which one it is, and I looked for it. No one at the convention had it either.
Oh,
It's
wow.
the only one from Moulin Rouge. Can't
Okay.
find it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And
awesome.
I refuse to find it on eBay. I want to find it off like an actual buyer or just through a weird way. I want to like stumble across it. I don't want to just go and click it and buy it. It doesn't seem fun.
Yeah, this one I bought it like that, but I do have here in downtown where I live, they have a whole bunch of like little vintage shops, which I found some matchbooks in there.
Oh, cool.
So I keep on going and trying to see if I can find something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I before we left, I wanted to show this off because I
Cool.
just got it. But anything else happening on your side, Dane? Anything you want to say before we call it quits for today?
You know what? I'm just happy that we have the platform.
Yeah.
Happy to hear some of the feedback from some of the people that I've known and just meeting because of this podcast. It's not a massive thing. It's going to grow at a small pace, but I'm happy that we just got our feet on the ground and we're moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm also really proud of you and I for sticking to the promise and the handshake that we had at Golden Nugget.
Yeah.
Saying let's do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't plan on stopping. I plan on, showcasing what we got and showcasing history and our knowledge and some fun stories and suggesting people, to adventure and to explore Vegas, because it is more than gambling and nightclubs and, the generic things that you may think it is.
Yeah.
It's a place of rich history, beautiful locals, beautiful, just beautiful land in general.
Yeah.
And some of the best people I've ever met in my life has come because of this place. And
Yeah.
I'm just really cool to be a part of it now. I feel like I'm a part of the history.
Yeah.
And I feel like us, making sure that none of this gets dug under the dirt.
Yeah.
And keeping it above ground kind of makes it like we're historical warriors. How about that?
That sounds amazing. That sounds actually amazing. I like that. We're historical warriors, and maybe now that we have kind of like our own superhero kind of title, as the podcast grow, we can add our historical heroes as our Patreons and our friends and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to figure out something. We're gonna have to think about something. But my goal also is to be able to provide you guys some good content. There's enough content out there for the influencers, the people, the Norma Jellies, like Pomsies, that do very well on promoting the Vegas now. But my promise to you guys is that I want to show you content of history, the rich history that Vegas has, the myths, the stories of what happened at a certain time and what happened in this casino, who got shot in this casino, how did the mob ties become so strong in Vegas, all these things that are very interesting to me, and I'm pretty sure to Dayn. That's my promise, and we can't do it without y'all's help. We definitely need to grow this. We want to grow this channel, because every single penny that we do make in the future will be going back to, the content. To be able to go and fly to Vegas and, say, grind it a couple days to get more content in person, So that's our promise to you guys, and we just need your help, as any YouTuber needs the viewers' help. So we need to turn that 49% to, 30%. Let's start with that, or 39%. Right now it's at 49%. Let's get it to 39%. And like I said, it does not cost you all anything to, subscribe and like the podcast if you like, and share it with another like-minded collector that loves Vegas the same way we do or more. And, that's all we ask. That's all we ask. Or your casino vouchers.
Yeah, we'll put a PO box at the bottom. You can send us all your 2 cents and 10 cents and stuff. It'll add up.
Yeah. And leave a note. That'd be cool. Leave a note in it and saying what slot machine you played, if you remember. And that would be kind of cool. I would love to have a section where we pick one from the bag and read it, and
give us a message on the back.
Yeah. Leave a message.
Cool. What was happening that day that you got that kind of thing?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Cool.
But anyways,
we promised to give you the best content. And the other thing that I just want to mention too before we say goodbye is it's different content. You mentioned it too with the other guys that are sitting in front of slots and bashing the hotels that are not Bellagio. That's cool. Do your thing. But we're going to give you guys different content. We're going to give you content where everything and everyone is loved. We love Circus. We love the wins. We love the ups. We love the downs. We love the bad history. We love the good history. We're just here to showcase it, and we're here to teach, and we're here to have fun with it. And that's all it is. So
that's all it is.
We're never gonna bash anybody. We're never gonna bash any food. We're not critics. We're not critics at all. But Evil Pie is so good. I can't wait to go back. All right, that's it for me.
Evil Pie, if you hear this, sponsor us. Please sponsor us. We'll do whatever it takes. I'll eat a whole pizza if I have to get sponsored. But just kidding. Where am I? but who knows? But anyways, that's all for me, guys. That's all for Dayn. We appreciate your time. Go ahead and send us a message either to me or Dayn on our Instagram handles or to the podcast Instagram handle, IG handle, and give us suggestions. What would you like to see? If you know a story, if you know anything that you want us to talk about, I'm more than happy to do it. I'm more than happy to do and learn more. Maybe we can find something that we both don't know about, and we can figure it out. Which I highly doubt it, because Dayn is a library of information from Vegas. I heard from a little bird that's how he got Ricky's attention. He just kept on going, talking about pointless things to talk about on a date about Vegas. So
yeah.
No, I don't know. Someone told me, I'm not going to say who, but I that's a credible source. So we'll leave it as that. But again, this is all for us. This is the end of the road here for us. You guys have a great night. Keep enjoying, liking, sharing, subscribing. Give it to your grandfather, your grandmother, your cousin, the convict in prison. Since they don't got nothing else to do, they might as well watch us, or whatever. Or not, Bugsy Siegel's XXX, or not X. Great son-in-law or daughter-in-law might come and knock on your door. Okay,
you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Done. So until the next time, guys. Thank you very much, and y'all have a good night. Bye.
See you guys.